Hello, hello, hello everyone. Welcome back to another video. Alright, let's check it out what we got for you right now. We got one of those cars that for the brand that represents, it's right now one of like the bread and butter models for the brand. What we're looking at right now in front of us, it's a 143 scale Volkswagen Jetta. Now, this Volkswagen Jetta represents the fifth generation, which it ran from 2005 all the way down to 2010. Which I gotta say to you, I think it was a very good looking Volkswagen Jetta. I really like the fifth generation a lot more than the sixth generation. I don't know, the sixth generation came a bit too squarish for me. I know they were trying to improve and they were trying to make it more attractive for the upper, the upper class because the sixth generation looked a bit more upscale, but I think this one was a bit more like sportier. The rounder headlights, altogether to me, this model. That's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but I think this one was a bit more attractive for me as as a I never owned a Volkswagen Jetta, but as I've seen them. Now this model right here, let's talk about this model right here. Engine wise, they came out with, let's see, I'm looking through right now. They had a few different engines, but I remember it was a 2.5. They, by the way, they had gasoline engines and they had a lot of diesel. You remember Volkswagen? They're known because they make diesel and they sell diesel worldwide. Not every brand sells diesel engines in, example, North America, but Volkswagen was one of them. Unfortunately, I do remember not too long ago, maybe about 15 years ago, they had a big issue with the MPGs. Like they were not being very serious what they were promoting. They were promoting that these vehicles gave a lot more than they were really doing. And they really got in trouble for that. They got into big trouble because they were promoting things that they were not true, to the point that lawsuits left and right, lawsuits everywhere. I forgot exactly how everything finished, but I know they lost their lawsuit and they had to give money back and stuff like that. Now, for the people that are not really familiar with the Jetta, I it's quite rare that people are not familiar with the Volkswagen Jetta because they are known almost everywhere. They've been sold almost all around the world. I know Europe, North America, South America, another part in Asia, and other parts of the world too. Now, it's what I was gonna say before. For the people that are not familiar with Volkswagen Jetta, it's like the sedan version of the Volkswagen Golf, which I'm sure you are more familiar. The Golf has been out probably longer out on sale than the Jetta, and I think the Golf sells a lot more than the Volkswagen Jetta. At least in other parts of the world, I'm not really sure. I don't think in North America. That's one market that hatchbacks have not been very uh, accepted lately a lot. But I think, this model right here, I remember this model sold very well. Very, very well. By the way, the brand that makes this model, it's Schuco. Schuco makes good looking diecast. They specialize a lot on the German brands, I noticed, but they make great diecast. Alright guys, so I'm gonna let it go around a few times and I'll be right back. Okie dokie guys. So what do you guys think about this Volkswagen Jetta? Did you like the model? I mean, they still make the Volkswagen Jetta, but the one that's being sold right now, the actual model right now, I quite like it a lot. I think they they brushed off the squareness that they came out of the model previously, so now they did make him attractive again. I think I like it a lot. It's not my favorite car in the market, but it's quite attractive. I think Volkswagen, it's looking for its roots again. It's trying to get together and see what is really selling. I know they stopped making or they stopped selling in many markets, like example the Passat, which is sad because the Passat was out there for so many years. And then, we had some other models like the Beetle, the iconic Beetle. Unfortunately, is no longer in the market either. I mean, at least in some markets. I'm not sure if it stopped. If it stopped altogether being made, I think they stopped altogether. Alright, guys. Don't forget to give me that beautiful thumbs up. Don't forget to click and subscribe. And let me know in the comments below, again, what you guys think about this car. Have you ever drove one of these? Do you remember them? I mean, hopefully you do. They're not that old. Take care of yourselves more than ever. And goodbye.